In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a component in Figma. If you find this useful, consider subscribing and liking the video. Let's dive into the process. To get started, you'll need to open your Figma file. This is where all the magic begins. Simply locate the Figma file you want to work with and click on it to enter your workspace. You should see a blank canvas where you can start designing your components. Once you're in your Figma file, it's time to create the element that you want to turn into a component. This could be anything from a button to a specific section of your design. For example, let's say you want to create a button. You can either draw this button manually using Figma's shape tools or import an existing design that you want to convert into a component. Now that you have your design ready, let's move on to the next step. You'll want to select the element that you just created. Click directly on the button or any design object you've made. This is important because you need to ensure that the element is highlighted before proceeding. Once your element is selected, take a look at the top right corner of your Figma interface. You should see an area labeled Design. If you hover your cursor over your selected button, a small option will pop up that says Create Component. This is where Figma allows you to transform your selected design into a reusable component. Go ahead and click on Create Component. And just like that, you've created your first component. You'll notice that your button now has a distinct outline that distinguishes it as a component. This means that any adjustments you make to this component will reflect across all instances where this component is used in your design file. With your component set up, you can now start working with it. You might want to adjust the styling, such as changing the color or size, or even adding text labels. Keep in mind that components in Figma are powerful because any changes you make to the main component will update everywhere it's used. And just as a little tip for organizing your work, you can click on the Highlight section at the top right whenever you're working with multiple components. This will help you easily manage and find components you've created in larger projects. As you refine your designs, remember that components can also be nested. For example, you could create a button component that contains an icon component and a text component within it. This hierarchical approach can streamline your design process and make it much easier to maintain consistency across your designs. So now that you've got a grasp on the basics of creating components in Figma, I encourage you to explore further. Make different types of components, experiment with styles, and see how they can simplify your design process. The more you practice, the more proficient you'll become. And that wraps up this tutorial on how to create a component in Figma. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Happy designing!